Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and I was at work all day till about 9:30 last night, and I had to try and decide, do I stay up late to make a video or do I do it today? I just didn't have it in me last night. I was super busy, so I just decided to go to bed. Woke up this morning and started getting ready for work and realized I hadn't done the video yet. I do not actually have time to make a video. I've got to be at work in a few minutes, but I figured, you know what? I could do a quick live stream where I showcase my run. I did the run while drinking my coffee this morning and getting ready for work. I recorded my run, and I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions, and you're probably going to be hopping on asking a bunch of questions on this live stream. Please don't, for the sake of time. All I'm going to do here is play the video and explain what I'm doing and why I did it. This was my first attempt. It was a successful run, and so it should help people see kind of what the general strategy is, because there's still a day and a half of this event, and I missed doing a video the last time he came around when I actually got Malak personally. And then this time it's already just, another day and a half. I won't be able to do a video in the next day and a half. So this is what you guys are going to get for a walkthrough. Now, really quick, before we get started, I'm going to play the video, but the robots to the left and to the right, you're going to want to kill them as much as possible to keep Malak under 10 on he's got a countdown timer. When he gets to 30, he goes into enraged, and you want to keep him under 10 at all times. Every time you kill one of those robots, it goes down. The counter goes down by 3. That's a good thing. And so you definitely want to kill them. You can armor shred them with Zalbar as long as he uses his ability and crits at least somebody on the field, and there's a bunch of targets, so he should crit. But you want to make him highly tenacious, Zalbar. And I would put, you'll see, but I would put armor shred on each robot so you can keep killing them. I like to keep his cooldown timers to around between like 5 and 8, and the only way to really do that with realistic mods is to have them at armor shredded each. Once they're each armor shredded, then you'll want to armor shred him. If you can get 3 or 4 armor shreds, great. You need at least 2. Now there's 4 Jedi that are in the stasis fields, and these are the individuals you're going to have to kill. The 2 to the right are actually pre-programmed, built in to help you. The 2 to the left are built in to make things game over. So you're going to have to kind of kill them equally, but always kill the Jedi to the right slightly more. And I only go for those once I feel like I have the stacks on Malak low enough that I could actually start working on them, because he's got that countdown timer. So we're just going to play it. It's about an 11-minute video. As it plays, I'm going to go ahead and talk about kind of what I'm doing and why. Really quick modding. You want Revan fast, just like in Arena, you'd want him fast. You want Jolie, fast with health, as much health as possible. Zalbar, everyone says he has to have a ton of speed. I think my Zalbar is at like between 220 and 240, so he's not super fast, but tenacious is the goal for him. Actually, I don't even think my Zalbar is 240. Let me look really quick, because I think I just lied. Everyone says make him super fast, but let me check, and I will tell you exactly what my speed of my Zalbar was this morning. I don't want to misinform. So my Zalbar speed is 164. 164 speed. So everyone said fast Zalbar, and I did it with a stupid slow Zalbar. I didn't even notice my speed was terrible. So even if you have a slow Zalbar, you're going to be fine. A lot of people mention mission is the key to have a high offense. You could put your Yoda mods onto her. For people who have Yoda modded for high offense, they say get her around 5,000. I don't even know how that's humanly possible without like insane God mod tiers mods. I don't have her. I had her at 3,500. I bumped it up to 4K, and that was switching out her speed arrow for an offense arrow, which made her really pretty slow. But it doesn't really matter, again, because you just need around 4,000 offense. So let's get into this so I can get to work. So you're going to notice, here we go. Basically, I'm immediately starting to try and take out one of the ad robots. That ad robot is a big deal. Always buff with that buff up mission, because mission's going to be basically your damage dealer. So you see we're just working on her. I'm going to armor shred him first. What that did was that now means every time he comes back, I'll get to armor shred him again. We're going to start working on the other ad robot. So we're just going to attack. And I threw the whole thing, I threw the thing to clear a debuff, and then also it did damage to all of the Jedi in the stasis fields. You can kind of work on them slowly. It's no rush. Anytime you can attack with a basic on mission on the robots, it's way more damage than just doing the blind where she goes stealth. She'll need stealth when it comes down to her and Malak at the very end, but it's really important that you don't worry about that early on. So we're just working it. We're going to kill this robot, and you see he's got a cooldown timer above his head with the skull. It's at 8 right now, and I want to keep it below 10. It's really important because you need many turns to kill him prior to him going in enraged. If he goes enraged, you're in trouble. So I've heard other people say you need it under 20 or you need it under 15. You really can easily control it under 10. And if you can't, just keep going after the robots. That's all you got to do. They'll keep repopulating and you can keep killing them. So we're just going to keep going. Now you notice I'm starting to work on the stasis field. Now the reason why I'm working on tenacity first is he'll get tenacity. When he has that tenacity buff, it actually prevents you from doing dots. And you've got two characters that do damage over time. This is a problem because then he taunts, because he will inflict fear and things like that. Anytime he gives fear, or anytime that he does the other debuff, he will taunt, and you don't want that. Also, make sure you always keep Bastila. She has that dispel. Always make sure you keep that readily available. So I'm just killing him. I'm at 10 right now, and now we're down to 8 because he just took a turn. It went to 7, and then he took a turn. It's 8. Now that I've got that far right stasis field, tenacity the lowest, I can work on the ones to the left and start working them down as well. So you can see I'm just, working on the stasis fields. Now I'm coming over to the one that I don't want him to get, which is a really powerful buff that he can get. We're going to keep working on these droids. We're going to hit him with a basic. And because he's taunting, I'm actually going to use ability to cleanse and add protection up. His taunt will go away. That's pretty cool. We're going to keep working on these robots. He's at 7. He just took a turn. He's at 7 on his cooldown. And we're just going to keep working on that guy to the left in the stasis field because, we're going to armor shred the robot to the right. Now both robots have been armor shredded. They'll be easier to kill. So he's dead, and you can see they both have armor shred. So we're just going to keep killing them. He's at 6. We've got his thing down to 4. After taking a turn, he's only at 4. So we're in a really good place to go ahead and go after those stasis fields in a second. He taunted. His taunt falls off, so we're going to keep working. Now, that one's in yellow, but it's okay because the other one to the right is in higher yellow. So we're going to start working on the other stasis field as well. And I like to work on them kind of evenly, get them all worked down slowly, just making sure that there's one on the right that is lower than everything. And I like to give him tenacity first, which is why you can see tenacity is the lowest of all of these that you have. So I called mission to assist. Anytime you can call mission to assist, she's going to be doing the heavy damage. Call mission to assist. And you can see 3 of them are down pretty good, but the one to the far right, tenacity, is the lowest. Now his countdown timer's at 11. That started to freak me out, so I went ahead and started going after the robots again to bring it down under 10. So here we go. And we're at 9, and there you go. We're down to 6. He took a turn. He's at 7. And we're just going to keep working the stasis fields. We don't ever want to hit Malak. If you hit Malak, he'll pull those stasis fields out and get taunt. But you can kill it and give him the tenacity up if you want. So I've got it really, really low in case I take him down. I'll use her dispel, get rid of the taunt. And there's the droids again. We get to keep going. I went after the fields because we were under 10 on the on his countdown timer. His countdown timer just hit 10, so I'll probably go after the droids right now to try and reduce his timer again. I like to have his timer under 10 so I get 20 turns of mollywhopping him because I don't have the offense at stupid amounts like that. There's my first armor shred on him. It did put him under. He went ahead and pulled, and if you see, he pulled the tenacity guy. So now he has tenacity up. I don't have to worry about my dots landing and causing me to for him to taunt on that. Got his timer at 5 with the cooldown timer at 5 is really, really good. We're going to keep going for the other droid. And there's a stasis field I actually want to take out. So I'm going to take it out. He can't have that buff now. So that's really good. I chose to do that while his health was really, really high. And he's taunting, so I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to do a basic, and she's going to call an assist. Sometimes that happens, but you want to try to prevent that. We'll use the dispel from Bastila. And we are going to go ahead and work on either the droid or the Jedi. Let's see what I do. Yep, we went ahead and cleansed, and we're going to kill that droid. We're at 7. Now he's at 8 on his timer. He goes to 30, and he goes enraged. And we're just going to keep working on him. Now, when they do their little squat, they actually put defense up, and you'd almost be better to just swap the droid you're going after, but it's okay. We'll kill him. So he's dead, and we're at 9. We're just going to keep working the other ones. I'm not in a hurry on the stasis fields, although the stasis field to the left is more damage than to the right, so I need to get on the Jedi to the right to give him that critical hit immunity. So you'll see here in a second, after I get my... there, he's under 10. Now I can do a second armor shred on him. There, I've gotten my minimum of 2 armor shreds on him. And we're going to go ahead. I need to get that Jedi to the right, lower than the Jedi to the left. So you can see she might kill him, so I go for the robot. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a basic over on that Jedi here in a second to make sure he's lower than the one to the left. So we'll just use a basic after he dies. Again, he's at 10 on the cooldown timer. That's kind of the minimum. So anytime I see the cooldown timer is getting above 10, I always go for the robots. He's taunting again. I freaking have to go for him. It's not a choice. So I do. But the problem with this is he's still taunting, so I'll cleanse and do protection up. And then we're going to go ahead and do basic on the Jedi, because I want to whittle down that health to where that health to the right is lower than the health to the left on the Jedi to make sure that he sucks the life out of the right Jedi. We're going to keep killing them because we're over 10 on his timers. We're at 13, 14 now, so we got to kill this one. He's now down to 11 and 12. See, it's really hard to kill or to keep it under 10, but you want to do this, and that's your ultimate priority. By the way, I played this really fast this morning because I, again, didn't have a whole lot of time. So I did stealth because we're getting near the end of this, and I just want to keep whittling away that one to the right. And at this point, we're kind of near the end. I'm waiting for droids to regenerate or repopulate, because as soon as a droid is there, so he gets that tenacity, and now he's got that tenacity buff. And that's okay that he has that tenacity up. That's what we want. And now we're going to do another armor shred. This is the third, but it didn't crit. Now, the reason why it didn't crit and why I didn't get that armor shred was because I didn't have enough targets. If I had more targets, he was bound to crit somebody. So you really want to do the armor shred when you have somebody else like the droids on the board. And I didn't have the droids on the board, so I probably should have held it until they were revived. That was kind of a critical error on my part, but you'll see I make it through this entire thing on my first run without having that additional armor shred, so it's okay. So yeah, we're still getting close. We want to keep taking his timer down. I've got it at 11. He takes a turn. He's at 12. And I want to kill the guy to the left. I don't want him to kill the guy to the left. I want to kill the guy to the left. So he's at 13. We want to kill this droid. There we go. He's at 11 after he takes his turn. I cleanse, I stealth, and we've got more droids, so we're just going to keep going because he's at 12, and hopefully this will kill him. He's at 13. We're going to take him out. We're at 10. We're not using any other abilities, by the way. If you notice, I started cooling off on all the specials. I'm trying to reset the specials because we're getting really, really close to the end here, and you don't want him to suck the Jedi to the left. You want to kill him. So I'm just trying to keep his countdown timers as low as possible. Now here's a third armor shred, and it happens, and the reason why it worked was because I had enough targets that I crit on somebody. You got to crit on one of the robots. And the good thing is I did finally get 3. Had the other armor shred apply, I would have had 4 armor shreds, and this would have been way easy. Now the Jedi to the left died, and so now at this point it's a matter of going crazy on him. So I'm doing that. He calls, he pulls that, which sucks because he almost killed Zalbar. And in fact, I will lose Zalbar, which kind of stinks. But you just have to go all in on him. And if you can increase his cooldowns, then that's important. So as soon as I have Revan's cooldown increase, we will do that. The direct focus. He's under health. There he kills Zalbar, which is a shame, but that's okay. We can keep going on him. We're just going to keep working Darth Malak basic. We get a counter there. because we have battle meditation up, so we get the counter there. We're now going to direct focus. We needed that to increase cooldowns. We got him under health. He goes after mission, so I try. I should have gone stealth right there. That was a huge mistake not to go stealth, but I was trying to kill him. You know, you get a little freaked out when you're in the moment, so I went for the damage, but I should have gone stealth because he'd suck life out of someone else instead of her. We're going to go ahead and ramp up mission. She hits for 23. He targets her. Of course, we're going to keep going. We're just trying to kill Malak as fast as we can using all abilities. There's direct focus again. We increase his cooldowns. He's now down in the red. We're going to call an assist, and that was who I could. We're going to try and do some cleanse and heal, and there we go, the basic. So that was the event in a nutshell. I hope this helps you guys out. A couple of things that I learned today when I just ran through it really fast is you probably want missions offense somewhere around 4,000. Some people say 5. I don't know how people get that high. You definitely want Zalbar Tenacious. I had him at 164 speed, and you saw that I was fine. So tenacity works really, really well. Revan needs to be fast. My Revan was, I think he's right at around 300, 302 or something like that. So he is fast. You definitely want a fast Revan. You want to control, and you want to kill the Jedi to the left. You want him to kill the Jedi to the right. Always make sure the Jedi to the right have lower health pools than the Jedi to the left while you're doing it. Continue to armor shred and kill those droids to the left and right till they have a single armor shred each, and keep killing them to keep Malak under 10. If you do that, once he goes into crazy mode and there's no more Jedi, you'll have like 20 turns to smash him and kill him, which you saw was more than enough. If you get up to the 15 to 20 mark on his countdown timer, you very well may not have enough time to actually kill him before he goes absolutely bonkers. You can see I did it with 4 people are left. Bastila is amazing because she buffs up your mission. Keeping in mind when you get near the end, you want mission in stealth so that way you can keep all that damage dealing. And in a perfect world, your tank Zalbar will have retribution because he'll try and suck the life out of mission. Zalbar will taunt, and then he'll have the taunt and retribution up. That would be super cool because then he would counter and she'd counter, and that would make it easy. Didn't happen here, but I hope this video helps you guys kind of factor it out. You got a day and a half. You can go into my account and you can look at how I modded everybody for this. I just ran through it right now, and hopefully with the kill order correct and some of those tips, this helps you guys out. Now I gotta head off and get to work. I apologize for the quick jumping out and just running straight to work, but it was either this or not do a video at all, and I didn't want to do that to you guys. I wanted to bring something out. I gotta try and find these creative ways of making videos even when I am busy. So as always, I appreciate you guys. Really quick, McTroll 2 ground control donated $5 and said, no YouTuber has shown a guide on how to defeat Malak for the Bastila on the bench title. In other words, using T3 instead of Bastila Shan. Pretty difficult. And you're right, that is very difficult because she has that dispel you need for the taunt, and she also ramps up mission and her damage, which you really need unless you're one of those crazy whales with 5,000 offense on a character. As always, I appreciate you guys popping on board. I'm headed off to work. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, keep your gaming on, Warrior.